Hello, Pisces, and welcome to Bunny Cat's Oracle. I'm Marianne, and I'm here to do a mid-January 2021 general tarot reading. I do apologize for those of you who are anxiously awaiting a general January reading. I had every intention of posting them, but I was a little sick after the holidays, and I just needed some time to recover and rest and catch up on all my work. So I do feel bad. I'm very sorry. So we're going to do a mid-January reading. So I'm at least giving you something for January here. I'm going to use the Alice in Wonderland deck today. One of my favorites. And I don't know, it feels apropos for Pisces right now, since you're kind of the space cadet of the tarot. Let's actually start with a little prayer. Pray for everyone who clicked on this video today. I pray that you are healthy and safe, that you and your loved ones are protected from harm, that you are making all your best wishes come true. Okay, now let's begin, and I will do my rainbow spread. As usual, I want to remind everyone that these readings are just done in the spirit of fun. I'm not going to be predicting any world events. These are general readings that may or may not apply to you, so please just take what resonates and leave the rest, and not to be taken super seriously. Okay, so what's going on for Pisces, my fish gang? What's going on with the home team for mid-January? I guess it's January, 16th now? Yeah, next 2-3 weeks, let's say. Okay, so maybe into the first week of February. What's going on for Pisces? What do my baby sharks need to know for the rest of this month? And this is for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising, or any cross watchers that are interested in checking out the fish gang and what's going on with them. If you have a crush on a Pisces, you're welcome here as well. Okay, I'm going to get a couple more shuffles, and then we will get started. And so, okie dokie, smoky. Let's go. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. Okay, so in the present, Pisces, we start with the Page of Peppermills. We have the 10 of Wands. And we have the Queen of Peppermills. Okay. I've been using Peppermills and Wands interchangeably. It's kind of hard not to with this deck because the suits are all changed. But Peppermills is Wands. Okay. So all fire in the present. There's a feeling of ambition. Queen of Wands is a very ambitious energy. You may also be paying attention to signs and symbols. I noticed the cat right off the bat here. It's a little familiar of the Queen of Wands. Some of you may have a pet nearby. You may be finding a lot of coincidences happening in your life that are just sort of telling you that you're going in the right direction. Something new that you're doing with the page, something you've got a ton of enthusiasm for. You may not be very experienced or even have a ton of resources to go after this thing, but it's like your enthusiasm and your raw talent is what is pushing you forward, and you're believing in yourself. But at the same time, I feel you guys may be feeling a little bit overwhelmed with this 10 of Wands here. And it's not like a negative thing. Hang on, I gotta get a sip of water, sorry. Excuse me. I full out lost my voice for a bit there, so I'm a little scratchy still. Sorry about that, but much better than I was a week ago. My God. Anyway, I couldn't help but think, so I'm Pisces myself, and I see this as being like, as well, like my own situation playing out here. I've definitely been overwhelmed this past couple of weeks, hence why I haven't posted your general readings. I've really wanted to, but it wasn't like a bad kind of overwhelm. I mean, I was really tired, of course, but like, for example, I got a bunch of work I had to do. I got a bunch of audition requests that came in, so I had to send the self-tapes. And it's like, I've just been really busy and just like having a hard time keeping on top of it. But it's overall a really positive feeling, right? It's not like, oh, I'm overwhelmed because everything is falling apart. although some of you may be feeling that way, but I'm not getting the sense here. And it's not because of my own personal bias, but because these two very positive cards on top. It just feels like, you know, you may be really excited about this new life and about something that you're pursuing, but there's just a lot to do, you know, and you may be having a hard time, like, knowing where to start or making time for everything or kind of keeping everything in balance. But there's so much fire here. It's like you're all like fired up and ready to go, right? So I do see this as being very, very positive. You may just need to kind of, you know, do some time management, maybe make some lists and start prioritizing those things on those lists just to be able to kind of get through them and not become so overwhelmed that, you know, you don't get anything done. It's nice though to see a water sign, you know, all fired up and ready to go, feeling very ambitious, feeling very passionate, you know, I like it. I'm looking at your recent past here. And I've got the Two of Swords at the top. I've got the Four of Pentacles and I have the Three of Cups. Okay. So you may have a hard time making a decision. There's a feeling of wanting to hold on to something or someone. It may actually have been a little bit of a procrastination energy. Some of you may have been procrastinating. Maybe just, you know, that kind of that slump after the holidays that you feel where you're just like, ugh. Like, I know I got to do all this stuff, but I'm so comfortable on this couch, like that kind of feeling. I'm also getting a sense too of like partying, which is, you know, that would make sense. We just come out of the holidays. Some of you have been drinking a lot, celebrating. Maybe you have a loved one at home, a roommate or a partner that's been drinking with you and partying a little bit, and there's a feeling of wanting to hang on to that party vibe, and maybe being a little bit afraid to kind of move forward. But luckily it's behind you. So it's not in your present. You're moving out of this energy. So we don't need to worry about that. But it doesn't feel negative. It just feels like, you know, you guys have been enjoying yourselves a little too much. I'm also getting the message, maybe for some of you, this can be a blocking card too. As you can see, this is the caterpillar here. Caterpillar, when he's got two flamingos crossed. The flamingos represent the sword element in this deck. So it can be like that you cut somebody off, yet we're very like, what can I say? Like not talking to someone. Like the Four of Pentacles can be holding back. Like there may be some people around you, maybe some lovers or maybe some friends who would have loved to hear from you, but you weren't talking to you for some reason. I don't know. Maybe there was some drama there. Anyway, for some of you, it's not going to apply to everyone. Let's look at your near future. I'm going to get clarifiers after as well to get even more interpretations to either clarify or just complicate things further depending on how it goes. So the near future, we've got the Hermit, we've got the Seven of Cups, and we've got the Ace of Peppermills. So more fire energy down here, fire and water. Now, actually the Hermit would be earth as well. So this is a nice little balance line, but there's something new. There's like a new passion coming in, and there's a ton of passions in the present. So this is great. Like if you have felt, like I said, like you're procrastinating or like you're in some sort of a slump, like recently, I mean, you're coming into a time where you actually do have the energy to go after what you want, getting all fired up and ready to go. So I like that. This can be a fresh start. Can also talk about like your personal vitality. You may be strengthening your body, taking better care of your health, maybe cutting out the drinking a little bit if you do drink, just so, you know, you just feel better in your skin and you just feel like you've got more of that good energy, you know, to kind of put yourself out there. I do see you working pretty much entirely independently with the Hermit. Whatever it is that you're going after and that you're pursuing, you seem to be doing it more or less on your own, or it's coming to you, which is not to say that there aren't other people around you who want to work with you. I think that they do. Actually, with the Seven of Cups, you've got tons of options coming in. So these can be potential romantic partners. They could be jobs. They could be roles or contracts, people who want to work with you. But I feel like by and large, like it starts with you. It starts with you independently working on something, putting yourself out there in some way. And that may be the thing that gets everyone's attention. And suddenly you find you've got all these options that you didn't have before. Yeah, which is actually exactly what happened to me. Ironically enough, you know, I was complaining about not having my readings done earlier, and I do legitimately feel bad about it. But I have to remember, I started this channel in the summertime when I had like nothing going on, like all the productions had been shut down. I'm an actress, by the way. And I just felt so like, blah, like, what do I even do with myself? And, I need to do something like, so I just started this channel just so I would kind of have something to do. And then as soon as I started, putting my videos out there and telling people about them, I started getting more roles and people coming at me with more auditions. And then I got offered a new job. And so a lot of stuff has picked up. And now I'm stressing about like not having the time to do my videos. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of ironic, but just goes to show how I love the people who are watching the channels, and I do love doing these readings. But anyway, my point is this may be applying to the Pisces collective as a whole. Something you have to start completely on your own. You have to be willing to be alone, to be independent, to not have the approval of anybody else around you, and to just go for it. But once you start and once you kind of get the ball rolling, people are noticing you and it's opening up all these other options for you. So this feels very positive, very, very positive. Okay. Let's look at what's motivating you this month. I need to take a breath. I feel like I'm talking like a million miles a minute, have had a lot of coffee today and I'm also quite fired up myself. Okay, motivation. We've got the Fool here and we've got the Three of Pentacles. So there's like this clean slate energy. There's a feeling of doing something brand new, maybe something that you've never started before. Sorry, never did before, but it also might be a fresh start with regard to something that maybe you did do before, but you're giving it another shot. Like you might be like, okay, well, I tried that before. It didn't work, but you know what? I'm just going to try it a new way this time, maybe you've learned something different this time around and you can take a different approach, right? The sun is shining with the Fool. There's a message of, throwing caution to the wind. Don't be afraid of what lies ahead. You don't know what lies ahead, but you're just going for it anyway. It's a very optimistic energy, and it's the energy of a clean slate. And then the Three of Pentacles here, this is about a creative project. It's about bringing your talents out into the public and people really receiving them in a very positive way, So I do get the feeling that some of you do have some sort of talent, and something that I think people would really appreciate in your community. It'll be different for everyone. And it's not necessarily a creative talent in the traditional way. Maybe you don't sing or act or write screenplays, but maybe you have a very creative mind when it comes to your business, or maybe there's some product that you're working on that's a creative new thing. But there is a feeling of newness and about optimism about that newness, and it's some sort of talent. You definitely have a talent. Okay, let's look at something that's hidden here. Oh, well, we've got our spy card here, Page of Flamingos. We've got the Four of Cups. We've got the Queen of Flamingos. Okie dokie dokie. So, Swords energy at the top here. There's somebody spying on you, and it could be a female. It could be a female who cut you off, or maybe not necessarily a female, but somebody that may have cut you off in the past. So somebody may have ghosted you, or fired you, or sort of like unfriended you, like that kind of vibe. It's not necessarily the most positive feeling that I'm getting here, but for whatever reason, it's like they're obsessed with you. Like really, if you need to cut me out of my life, out of your life, I'm sorry, you can't cut me out of my life. Gosh, then why are you like spying on me now? Like just leave me alone. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, why do you need to keep watching me if you hate me so much? Like, what is it with people, right? I'm getting the feeling from the Four of Cups. There's somebody here. I feel like you might remember them as being an enemy. Like this person wasn't very nice to you. They may have had very critical things to say. I'm sorry, I'm hearing things behind me. I'm having to turn my head around. Probably just my cats, hopefully, and not some ghost or my boyfriend coming in early trying to sneak up on me. What was that? It's got to be my cats. Okay, I'm freaking myself out here, and it is getting really dark suddenly, so that's not helping. Anyway, okay, so the sense that I'm getting is, yeah, there may be somebody from your past. I don't think that you, if you are thinking about them, you're not thinking about them in a very positive light. I do get the sense they were kind of mean, right? The Queen of Swords or Queen of Flamingos, like as she is represented here, is very clear about her boundaries, but she's just like does not care about your feelings, right? And she's got no problem cutting you off when she doesn't like what you're saying or doing. So, but here they are watching you, and there's a sense that they like want to give you something, like, but that you wouldn't be interested. It's almost like this person may be thinking about reaching out and trying to mend a fence, like mend a friendship, or even offer you something. Like if you worked with them in the past and they fired you, they may be watching you thinking, gosh, that Pisces could be really useful right now. Like there's something that you alone are really particularly good at. And even though they've replaced you, it's like they haven't been able to replace you. It's like they really could use your help. Or they just, they may be remembering a situation and thinking, I was a little bit harsh with that Pisces. And when I think about it, they were a really good friend to me, and I kind of wish I had them back. I don't think you would be interested. Of course, the ball would be in your court if they were to try to kind of resurface. I don't know that they are necessarily this month, but I'm getting the feeling that they're thinking about it a lot. Like you're just kind of on their mind. I don't know that you would want anything to do with this person, though. I feel like you've moved on. You've got this clean slate energy. You're on a totally different page now, totally different project. Let's look at some advice here. Ooh, I like this. Oh my God. Oh, this is so beautiful. Okay. So we have Alice appearing in two cards. In this line, we've got the card of victory, the Six of Wands, one of my favorite cards. So beautiful. She's putting on this crown like she's a queen. And then we also see Alice here in the Ten of Cups, feeling very happy at home. And though this card often talks about family, we don't really see anybody else in the picture aside from this mouse, right? So again, it's a very modern take on the traditional tarot meaning of this card. So family can be anything you want it to be. It can be you and your pet mouse or your pet cat or dog, or you and your roommates. It doesn't have to be you and, an opposite gender partner and 2.5 kids. It can be family, can be whatever you make it. But there's a feeling of victory. There's a feeling of a very happy family being very at home. And the Nine of Wands here, the message is very clear. It's do not give up. Do not give up. Also, don't let just anybody up into your business, especially if this Queen of Swords type of character tries to resurface. I feel like you already know everything you need to know about them. It's just, that's just not dealing with you again, not going to get burned again. Fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me, like that kind of vibe. Don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams, because there seems to be a big win just right around the corner, and something that would make you very, very happy. I feel you're going to get what you want. Initially, it might not be that you're getting a ton of money right away, but it might just be that you feel very, very happy, and that your work is probably going to connect you with like minds, right? People who feel like your tribe, so to speak, the family, right? Like they may not be related to you by blood, but they feel like family. So you're on the right path. Whatever your new dream is that you're going after, absolutely don't give up. You may feel exhausted at times, or overwhelmed, but it's like you're almost there, right? So keep going. There's a big win right around the corner. And I think you're going to be perceived in a very positive light this month, and probably over the next several months, right? Okay. I really like this reading, like exactly as it is, without even feeling the need to necessarily clarify a whole bunch of things. But I do kind of want to bring out a few more clarifiers just for fun. I did this with all the other signs as well. So this is the Ciro Marchetti Gilded Reverie Lenormand deck. And I spent a lot of time with this deck when I was sick in bed, recovering from my man cold, not COVID, but just a dramatic cold. It's so dramatic having a cold during a pandemic, my God, because everyone's like, oh my God, it's going to be COVID. And it wasn't COVID, and not have COVID symptoms. And I don't have COVID. Thank God, knock on wood. But it's all very dramatic. Anyway, so I had this deck with me in bed. I had my computer, I had my cups of tea. I just kind of hung out in there as long as I needed to. And I got to know this deck. It's a different system than I'm used to. It was created by a woman named Marianne Lenormand, who invented the first Lenormand deck. She was a fortune teller in the late 1800s. My name is also Marianne, so I thought that was really cool. And I have ancestors in Normandy, and Lenormand means the Norman. So who knows? Maybe a distant relative. Anyway, this is really fun. So I'm going to get some clarifiers. They might just further complicate things, but whatever. So chatty today. I've had way too much coffee. Sorry, guys, if I'm driving you nuts. Okay, this is cool. Okay, so I have this anchor here and I have a tree. So I'm getting the sense of a new focus, something solid that's growing. It's almost like you've picked up your anchor and you've moved it over somewhere else, right? And it's growing. It's growing. It needs to keep growing. You are literally putting down roots. So something that started as maybe just an idea, maybe like a, wishy-washy, maybe just a fantasy. It's really becoming real. It started to become real. This is the recent past. You've already started to make something your focus. It is growing. It will continue to grow and prosper. There is a beautiful rainbow coming out of this tree here. It looks absolutely wonderful. It will continue to grow. So don't be afraid. Keep doing what you're doing. Okay. What else? Okay. I've got the whip, the broom whip. It's like a broom and a whip. And I've got the book here. Okay. You may be learning about something that is punishing. It feels punishing. It feels almost like education is a punishment. What? It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to get another card and see what this is in a loss. Okay. Some of you may be thinking about going back to school, pursuing a particular line of work, or kind of like doing something that's not necessarily in line with whatever you've started recently. This would be actually more of a warning about that there may be, that it may cause a loss. It may be sort of a punishing type of thing. Like if you were to force yourself to go back to school now, it might be very expensive. It might not end up being the thing that you want to do. And the whole situation might just be so difficult and so unsupportive due to the pandemic that it wouldn't actually be worth it, would result in a loss. The mice here represent a loss. It's not a loss of everything. It's a small loss, but it might just be that this course is very expensive and, you're not going to get out of it what you want to get, right? There may be, professors that are like very critical, very difficult on you. Some of you may be in school right now in the present, and it feels like you're not really getting anything out of it. It's just difficult. It's just kind of a punishment. It just feels like a waste of time kind of thing. Sorry to hear that if that applies to you. Not like the best message, but some of you maybe needed to hear that if you were going to try to take even more courses. Maybe just think twice about it. Be your own best counsel, okay? Because this is just tarot. May or may not apply to you. I think you'll know if it does, but maybe get a second opinion from somebody that you trust, okay? And here we have the scythe, we have the tower, and we have the clover card. So there may be a swift ending to an institution that again, this could also be education. The tower can be an institution. It can represent authority in your life, some sort of authority. You may be making a clean break with some sort of authority. This could even be about like where you work. But the clover card is here. So clover is very, very lucky, even though this looks kind of scary, right? The scythe. So I feel like you may be breaking off with an authority. Some of you are thinking of like leaving a school or making a break, maybe just going off in a really different direction than what you think is what is expected of you, or what your parents are like expecting of you, or even your job. You may be leaving a job entirely and swiftly. But with the clover card here, I get the sense that it's very lucky. It's like a lucky break. That makes any sense? Okay. So seems positive overall. I don't know. Okay, let me get a few more. I've got a compass here. I've got a man. And I've got a fish. Okay. So we have a wealthy man and we have a compass. So it's like a change of direction or a guide even. Some of you may have like a mentor or may even need to get some financial advice. there may be a man who is maybe a little bit more established than you, or maybe just knows a lot about money. It could be somebody in your family, or it could be like a business acquaintance that you know. I feel this person is a sort of mentor that can help you with your finances, or just help you to like understand your finances. If you were trying to understand, for example, I don't know, maybe an investment opportunity, or maybe it's about accounting, or I don't know, writing a grant. It's something to do with finances that you might need a little bit of help with, right? Pisces are known for being a creative sign. There are also lots of millionaire Pisces, so it's not like we can't understand money. Some of us do, but a lot of us more, creative types actually really struggle with understanding accounting and math and stuff like that. So this would maybe just be saying there may be somebody who understands these things very well near you that you would be able to reach out to for advice. And I feel that they would be more than happy to advise you. Cool. Let's see what else we got here. We got the birds and we got the coffin. I feel that, okay, the birds can represent nervous energy. So it may be that the nervous energy is ending. I feel like I may have touched on this earlier too. Like there was a feeling of maybe not being quite ready, but jumping in anyways. And it's like your confidence builds the more you get going, right? The further along that you go, the more confident that you feel. I may have actually been in the reading that I did previously, maybe in Cancer's reading. I feel like I was saying something about that. So it may be like the end of nervousness, the end of anxiety. For others, it could be like repressed anxiety. It can talk about something that's buried or hidden. Maybe that you want to kind of hide your anxiety rather than like tell everybody about it or let it be known. It's a feeling of like fake it till you'll make it. Like don't let everybody see if you're super nervous. Another meaning though, the birds can also be associated with gossip. So there's this feeling of like chatter. So it could be that you had a lot of gossip around you. People could have been gossiping about you. It could have to do with this Queen of Flamingos situation here. Somebody that had some critical things to say about you. And it may just be saying that that's actually ending, or that you're putting an end to that. Where it showed up here, the position is about your motivation. You may want to put an end to, the bad things that are being said about you, or just to like kind of show people who you really are so that they really have no choice, but to admit that they're wrong, or to stop saying, the things that they're saying, right? When they see you, in a really positive light. And, for example, like if you've been saying, I don't know, you want to be an actress or you want to be a singer, and everyone around you is like, you can't possibly do that. Oh no, don't do that. That's hard. Like maybe you are just putting yourself out there and you're actually going to be having a lot of success. And when people see you having this success, like they have no choice but to admit like, oh, well, actually you're pretty good. Do you know what I mean? Like showing people what you're made of and just kind of putting a stop to their negativity. When you're on a show on Netflix, or you put out, a new song and it's like going viral or something on YouTube, like it's kind of hard to keep saying like, oh, well, she thinks she's some kind of blah, 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 right? Because it's like, well, no, you are, like you're doing it, right? So that's cool. I hope you're successful with that, if that's what you're trying to do. I feel you guys are doing something very creative. And it looks very, very positive, okay? But again, there is this feeling of a little bit of overwhelm, something being kind of hard in the present. Again, don't give up. Don't give up on your dreams. Take it one step at a time. If you need to make some lists, make some lists, prioritize what needs to be done today. Try to do something every day, one thing in the direction of your dreams. If you can only do one small thing, just do that, right? And you may find that you can do a lot more once you get that one thing done. Okay, that's my best advice. I'm going to get an animal spirit card, just to leave you with some oracle cards, one or two. I don't know. We'll see what comes up. What do we have for the Pisces gang? What do they need to hear? What animal spirits are with them at this time? And then I'll let them get on with their day. Oh my God, amazing. Oh, hey, Sagittarius got this too, but in a different order. We got the Phoenix and we got the Sea Serpent. So I love this. The Sea Serpent, to me, it talks about like feeling protected, feeling surrounded by like loving white light. Some of you may have guides. You may have people in your family or friends who have recently passed over, who are actually watching over you and protecting you. They see your struggle, they see your dreams, and they just want to help you. So you do seem to be protected and blessed in this time. And that is beautiful. And you can ask these people to protect you as well. And if you have to make a difficult decision, you can pray to them and ask them to guide you. Okay. The Phoenix should be pretty self-explanatory. This is the firebird that rises from the ashes. So there's something brand new, and it's you, Pisces. You are brand new. You are going through an intense process of transformation, and you are not even going to recognize the person you become, because you're not going to be anything like who you used to be, okay? You are rising up. You're coming into your time. I feel like this is going to be your year, if not your year to absolutely shine. It's, I think, going to be like a foundational year for you're like building the new you. I think these next 2 years are going to be really big for Pisces, for absolutely transformative. So this is absolutely awesome energy. There's definitely a feeling of like a new you, a new beginning, a transformation, rising up above your haters, and being super successful in this new life. So I love this. I love this. I want to see Pisces gang rising like the Phoenix. And hopefully myself along with you. Let's all support each other here. If you liked this reading, or if any of it resonated, I would love for you to leave me a comment. You don't have to, but they're always welcome, as long as you're keeping it polite, of course. And I want to thank you for joining me here today. I should see you again really soon with your February reading. Until next time, take very good care of yourselves, okay? Bye.